I feel like this is it.
Where are we, Aiden?
We're in Walhalla, and we're here to do the Australian Alps walking track. Well, give it a go. Might get frostbite and have to stop. But,
We'll be fine.
Yeah, be alright.
Cool. Well, let's mosey on.
It's a long way. Getting sore just thinking about it. Alright, well, we go.
Much further.
How much further? Are we there yet? My legs hurt. You first, Sally.
Okay.
It is very pretty. I'm like not 100% game, but
Oh, the first marker we've seen. Bing, bing, bing.
nice. Poverty Point Bridge.
They're not sticky.
They're not sticky.
No, but like the ones with the yellow stripe I'm used to, you have to like fight with them. He's like, yeah, okay, I give up.
Day 2 of our little walk. It is way less rainy than we thought it would be. It's a nice morning out. We'll see how the weather fares.
Good morning, Aiden. How's our morning been?
Oh, it's been pretty good. Up a bit of a steep, slopey hill. We almost made it to Mount Erica car park, just a little bit further up the road.
Mount Erica car park. Well, it's time for some morning tea.
This part here is stuck inside my hiking pole. So I've been unable to use my poles. Ali has decided to do some heating the poles. Let's see how that works. We're somewhere near Mushroom Rock. It's good weather today, nice and cold. And then there might be some snow/rain coming in tonight.
Looks like a day at the beach.
Yeah, day at the beach, nice and warm. We didn't do all that much apart from walk today through the pouring rain. Only for
Rain
half.
and sleet.
Yeah, sleet.
We aimed to go to Mount Whitelaw and camp there. We got halfway there and it was pouring with rain and cold and getting dark, so so we're sleeping in a bog.
Good morning from our campsite patch of wet ground next to the trail. This is the trail going off to the north up here. It's quite a pretty area here. Looks like we're up in the clouds almost. Nice foggy morning coffee show.
Morning.
Oh, it's a bit too dark.
It's got some lumpy bits in it.
Black coffee, bit dark. This is Whitelaw Hut, or what's left of it.
Some very nice person has cleared the trail, which is pretty great. A lot of effort, so thank you.
It's a cold night tonight, so we're drying out some of our warm clothes, like the sleeping bags and socks. But it's nice to be in the sun, although there's like slight impending doom with cloudy, dark, very dark clouds coming in. It's steep. Need to get through this fence without taking your pack off, and I will demonstrate now. What's for dinner?
Curry.
Curry. Yummy.
Should be good.
Mushrooms, coconut powder.
Broccoli, lemon, zucchini.
Oh, check this bridge out. Look at that, it's like a fancy new bridge. They felled a tree, that tree over there, put a railing across. This is the old tree that you used to walk across. And it used to go from there to here.
Finishing the day off with a walk up Mount Eastern. How's it going, Aiden?
Yeah, good. I think we've done pretty well for about half an hour of walking.
Yeah. Part way.
Part way, I mean, lots of false summits. Good morning. It's day 4.
3.5.
3.5 and a bit, yeah. It's 7 o'clock. Lots of fog down in the valley. It's nice and pretty, and we're back onto a road. So go off down there. I think it should be that way.
Aiden, how's it going?
It's good. It's a bit steep.
Bit steep?
But, yeah, the rain clouds, well, we thought it would rain on it, but it seems pretty sunny for the moment. Touch some wood or something. But yeah, steep down here.
The camera doesn't do it any justice. It's steep.
Down
Put
to
it.
blue jacket, yeah?
Yeah, down to red and blue jacket. Cool. So this is the town of Red Jacket that existed from the 1860s to 1930s. It's a cute little spot for a town. Apparently it was established due to gold, but became a bit of a ghost town in the 1930s, and then fires destroyed the remnants, so there's a couple of old foundations and stuff. But yeah, quite pretty little valley. And we're supposed to be pummeled by rain. Can't talk too soon, it might hit later.
Just coming up Victor Spur now. Alright, Ali?
Yep, just taking a break.
Yeah. It's pretty steep up here. But it's good to be back on a soft, padded, slightly icy trail. Rather than on the fire trails down in the valleys down there. First snow, Ali.
First snow.
Oh yeah, look at that. It's a bit ready to go out into the wilderness, into
Yes.
the wet and the wild. Cleaned up our pots and we're ready to go. See you later. Thanks for the stay. We go up the hill over to where? Fiddler's Green?
Yes. Onwards.
Onwards. So we took a bit of a gamble walking further along the fire trail, getting close to dark, looked at a spur or saddle, sorry, that might be of interest, and we found the perfect little flat spot of ground right as it gets dark and far enough off the trail we won't get run over. See you later, campsite. It's a bit more wet now. Ali's hiking off into the sunrise up the hill. It's mostly downhill today, but we'll see. Just coming down Champion Spur Track now. Ali's having slight knee issues. Don't blame her, it's very steep and it's slippery and stuff, but we're making our way down. It's about 10 o'clock. Can't see the other side of the valley. I assume it's over there in the distance somewhere. But yeah, we continue on, I guess. So normally I'm pretty game to, you know, stand up across stuff. But this one here, this one is very, very, very slippery in the wet. I'm going to do exactly that. Crawl, very dignified, crawling across a wet log. I've been told that I have a friend. It's a bit wet. We're coming down into a little saddle before we go up to Mount Schillinglaw, something like that. It's not raining, but there's lots of cloud overhead. So this has been nice, basically all morning, walking through the cloud, or you know, really light rain kind of stuff. It's just on day 6, well, you know, day 5.5, I guess. We're on the top of some kind of ridge, but yeah, just walking in the clouds on a 4-wheel drive track. Which mountain?
Mount Sunday.
Mount Sunday on a Sunday. Walking down the track. This is mainly what it looks like. Just fallen tree after fallen tree. Supposedly there's a water source just down in the creek down there. You have to bush bash down the steep incline through the vegetation, get water. We've been in a fog cloud for a long while, so it's nice to be able to see something. Cool. Having a good stretch.
Good stretch.
We've camped here at Low Saddle. Bit of an early camp, but sets us up well for the next couple of days. Good morning. It's day 7. We're making our... Hold on. Ah, almost tripped into the puddle. We're making our way... well, we're at Low Saddle and making our way up, or soon to be making our way up to Mount McDonald. Clear skies for the next couple of days, so hopefully we can take advantage of that when we're up nice and high.
Hopefully we can air out our wet sleeping bags, finally.
Wet sleeping bags, yeah, geez.
Yeah, all good.
Close.
That was close.
Just coming down off the back of the knob. Yes.
Yes.
And heading down. What's this one? Mount High Cone, that's right. And we're heading down into a saddle where we join up with Square Top, that little Square Top. Up there with all the burnt trees and stuff. We're a bit rugged up. Just made it to the top of Square Top. Ali's making her way up. How good's this view?
So good.
Oh. Damn. That's nice. Welcome to the morning's campsite. This is where we slept last night. We kind of just kept walking till we couldn't, and then pulled up on the side of the trail. Literally, we camped here and the trail is here. We just got to get to the top of Flat Rock, or Flat, yeah, Flat, I don't know, whatever, the Flat Mountain, and then we go down to Mount Clear. And then onwards. Morning. Some good views, eh? Clear. Ali's repacking her bag for the, I think, 3rd time today. We just stopped for breakfast on the backside of Mount Clear, and we are heading down to Chester's Yard, which is into the sunset down there somewhere. First time in a couple of days we've gone down to shorts. Thank you.
We are now thermal-less.
No more thermals for probably just today, and then gets a bit wet again. It feels good to have some air around the legs. Just coming around King Billy number 1 and number 2. There's a lyrebird up ahead, freaking out, climbing a tree. But yeah, it's a bit of a road walk rather than walking up and over 2 mountains. Takes the stress off our knees a little bit and get to cover some ground a bit quicker. It's all good. That is
Isn't it gnarly?
One gnarly tree,
Like
yeah.
the way the wind has just sculpted it. And the snow. Yeah. And when they're wet, those beautiful colours that come through, the reds and yeah.
Mount Magdala. Almost there. Mount Magdala.
Mount Magdala. We made it. Oh, yes, achievement.
So we have Big Hill,
Big Hill,
and Mount Howitt,
Mount Howard.
and then Crosscut Saw, and then beyond to the Razor Viking Wilderness.
Yeah, I don't know if they can see that far, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe
cool.
we're in the way.
Maybe. That's alright. The room with a view. So nice. So we got on the crosscut here, and then over there that's the Razor there, and then the Viking. That's the big steep one for the day. Yeah, look at that. And then that's where we were yesterday. Over in that direction. Just arrived at Mount Buggery. So it's really nice. Lots of different camping. On to Mount Speculation. Bit steep, Ali?
Little. Not too bad. Come up, it'll be fun. Oh, slippery up here.
Slippery? Alright. I'll come up now.
So we decided to take the original Alps walking track off the ridge of Mount Speculation, and it's a good choice. Very pretty and surprisingly quite well marked. I think we have a trail marker up here. I don't think there's supposed to be trail markers in the Razor Viking Wilderness, so maybe they just haven't been removed. But I think now the trail's somewhat been rerouted along a, I don't know, fire traily road thing. See, trail marker. But yeah, quite pleasant walking, and very happy we stuck to the original track. How's it going, Aiden?
Oh, really good. So nice with these really new snow gums. There's not too many fallen, but yeah, just quite nice. Going a bit steep, but it's good, and a bit of a detour or shortcut, kind of. Mount Despair Now, bit of a steep incline from the saddle, and then some bit easier type walking, but we're in the trees again and a few spider webs out. But it's all good in the hood.
So at first glance, this looks a bit overgrown, but if you go below the shrub height, below the shrub height, it's actually quite a well-defined path. Much better than expected. And through the sea. A well-defined path. Don't despair. It's only Mount Despair.
Back into the rain gear. Just before we come down into Viking Saddle. It's raining, and it's going to stay raining for the next 5 days. Yeah. Leeches?
Yep, already.
Oh no. What's a big one? Ah, leech. It's a big guy. Picked a very wet day to be walking across slippery rocks with moss on them. We're almost down into the Viking Saddle, and looking at it now, it doesn't look so bad, although it is one of the bigger hills of the trip, or tougher. Yeah, just a bit wet.
Adam, what are you doing?
Recharging before the big hill, before we walk up the Viking. If it's anything like it was coming down to the saddle, it means a lot of up walking with, you know, legging up and over fallen trees and stuff. So, yeah, it's pretty tiring. And hopefully the rain holds out.
Fingers crossed.
These holes don't help.
So we're here just before the chimney at the Viking. We have two options. We can either go up this chimney, which we just had a quick look at, and it looks fine. Or apparently there's a slightly easier route traversing around behind me, and a little bit less of a chimney, more of a chute, but it doesn't look too bad, so we'll give it a go. Let's see. Nice foot jams.
Yeah, foot jams. Nice.
Embracing the mountain goat.
It's 5 o'clock. Still making our way off the back of the Viking and into the Barry Mountains below. Our campsite is off in the distance over there somewhere. So good morning and welcome to our office. We have just packed up camp at Barry Saddle. It's a bit late, it's about 7:30, and we've got a bunch of up and downy undulating hiking to do for the rest of the day in some nice fog
And rain.
and rain.
Leeches aren't as bad as expected. They could have been worse. Only had 2 in the tent this morning with us.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's a good morning.
Yeah.
Wish the rain would hold off a bit, but it's inevitable.
Yeah. Just coming up to South Selwyn, where we'll probably have lunch. It's about 11:30 and the rain has subsided for the moment, and we're just enjoying the nice slight upward gradient compared to the Barry Mountains, where it was quite a bit more leachy and more shrubby.
Leachy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very leachy. We gave up on getting rid of them. As long as they weren't in this zone, I was happy. But we got a few in this zone.
Yeah. Having our last quick rest stop before we head to camp. Big day today. Really big day today. A few sore knees and whatnot. But we thought while the rain's not out, but the sun's not either, we'll make the most of it.
What about our detour, Aiden?
Oh yeah, well we accidentally took a 4-kilometre detour, so 2 k's each way, and like a fair bit of elevation down. Bit embarrassing, but that's what it is. We weren't really paying attention, so I don't know. In the tent. Yes. Cooked breakfast. This is the one time that we've brought only one backcountry meal. It's cooked breakfast. It's the best one. And it's basically the same as what we've been eating anyway. Mashed potato and...
Yeah, well we made our own cooked breakfast out of powdered egg and deb and bacon bits.
Check this out. We're just walking down the trail here, down the road, and we found this guy. Can you put your hand down, Ali, for the size next to it? Go on.
And I got big hands.
What a worm.
That's a size medium to large mitt.
Medium to large mitt, yeah. Alright, so we've just stopped to rest our legs for a bit. Yeah, you got some nice little fresh water. We thought we'd take the opportunity to make lunch. So how we do lunches here is we've got these nice pots with like a screw-on lid and a waterproof seal here, and then we've got our homemade, essentially freeze-dried or dehydrated meal. Put some tomato paste in there, and there's some rice, and it's a chili. And then we fill it up level with water. Let it soak for 2 hours, chuck it in our backpacks, and then voila,
Cold
eat.
leftover lunch.
Cold leftover lunch, yeah, that's basically it.
And dinner.
And dinner.
But it means you can conveniently make lunch when you have water. So it's not lunchtime yet, but it's time for a good mid-morning snack. So we have a snack, make some lunch while we're beside the water, and then it doesn't matter where we have lunch.
Nice. So we just, this way. We just got to hitch up to Mount Hotham with Chris. Down to Mount Hotham with Chris.
Wait.
Yes.
Down to Hotham.
Down to Mount Hotham. Up to Mount Hotham. Whatever.
Down.
Down? It's not down. Well, it's up and down.
Okay,
Never.
well,
Start again. Hold on. You got to lift up to Mount Hotham, or down to Mount Hotham, whichever way you want to think about it.
Oh, bunny rabbit.
Bunny rabbit.
Oh, look at that.
All right. Filming the bunny rabbit.
It's got long legs for a rabbit. Maybe it's a hare.
Maybe it is a hare.
Okay, continue.
Continuing, distracted. So we're very happy that we were able to get a lift because it saved us 10 k's of road walking, which saves us about like 2 hours.
No visibility. Fog.
Yeah, foggy,
Like
and now
to be hit.
it's really sunny and nice now. But yeah, thank you to Chris, who was kind enough to give us a lift.
Yep.
Good fun. I'm gonna go off the road before I get run over. This looks really nice though. So what have we just done, Ali? Just a bit of a resupplied?
At the General.
Yeah.
A good shop.
So I spent about $80 to $95 on more food, cheaper than fuel for food drops. So we got to just find a way to fit another maybe 7 kilos. Mine's about that. We just have to do a bit of repacking here out the front of the shop. Thoughts, Ali?
It's really good. Courtesy of our hitch from Chris today.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chris.
Good morning from a wet and windy morning on the AAWT. Just hiking out from the river near Dibbins Hut. Ali taking up the rear today. Packs are very full, bit heavier than, well, we'd like, but that will get lighter as we go. We've ascended into the cloud, so we just kind of have this constant wet air blowing past us. All right?
Yep. Remember me.
Yeah.
So we're here in Saddle Hut, taking refuge to cope with cold hands from the miserable weather outside. Let's have a look, see what we're gonna... looks better than before. But yeah, it's nice to just get out of that for a snack.
Bit of a slow start to the morning. What is the time? 7:50. Yeah, we're just getting some beta from someone that we met at a hut here about a river crossing. So we stayed just outside this guy here. What's this hut called again? Roper Hut. Yeah, so camping ground around here. We camped somewhere up there. Yeah, good morning for walking. We'll walk down a hill, and then up a hill, or down a hill, across a river, up a hill. Yeah. So we're almost at the bottom, coming into Big River, which is a big steep down into the Big River. Yeah, not bad at all.
Oh look, there's some little guys coming for a ride across the
Oh,
river.
the leeches took a ride with you. Made it up to Madison Hut Site. So up a bit of the hill for the moment. It's not raining. It's not super sunny anymore either. But yeah, a bit cold, but
Bit cold.
it's alright. May keep going up and down the hills until we stop for lunch.
So stopped for a lunch break, enjoying the lack of rain on Long Spur. So you can see where we're going kind of. We go down this ridge and then through the ridge in the clouds over there, and then follow that and then into somewhere just in behind there is Big River Saddle. So that's our camp for tonight.
Good morning. It's 6:15. and I'd just like to share with you something that we've been experiencing throughout the whole trail here. So we wake up in the morning, there's no condensation on the inside of the tent, the top of the sleeping bag is not wet, and then it's not touching the tent, and then you look on the inside here, and it's just, oh my goodness, it's just like saturated with water underneath.
It's like pools.
And there's little pools of water in here as well, and it's like, I don't know
where
it comes from or why. Like, the mat must be colder than the sleeping bag, and then it just condenses on. But it happens to mine as well, and it goes away, and we're warm enough. But it's just, I just don't know.
And this is why our sleeping bags have been wet the entire trip from day one.
Day one. There's like blue skies today. You can actually see blue skies.
Depends what direction.
Well, yeah, over there it's a bit grey, but I mean, still kind of blue skies. It's really nice. It's just past lunchtime, or 12 o'clock. We're walking down the Omeo Highway. We're going to stop for lunch somewhere down the road. But yeah, it's been quite a pleasant day. Sun's out, and feeling good. Just coming up out of Gill Creek now. Ali busting through the spider webs for me as we come up. We met a southbound through hiker who'd come from Canberra, called Nick, and yeah, we just met him halfway down to Gill Creek. Been 11 days, so the end is in sight, although maybe we don't want it to be. So we just got to the what's this, Wombat Track, just
Gill River.
above Gill River. We are setting up to do a 10k road walk into Taylor's Crossing. It's 4:22, so we'll be walking through the dark for a little bit. But
it's easy walking, apparently.
It is. And it's just started to rain. Fingers crossed it doesn't get any worse. You never know.
We have two tactics. We have the rainwear tactic, and we have the optimism tactic.
The optimism tactic, lightweight fleece, and that's it. So we've got ourselves some dinner. This is what we managed to scrounge out of the general
At Hotham.
at Hotham. So we've been alternating between couscous and then cheese. Oh, that's very blown out. Cheese, you know, just standard craft cheddar cheese, long life, crackers, salami, peanut butter for dinner, because it takes a long time to prepare. And then We have couscous for lunch. It's not
Pretty
bad.
good. Oats for breakfast.
And oats for breakfast. But this is my favourite meal by far.
Good morning. We slept at Taylor's Crossing, and this morning we are crossing the Murrumbidgee River on this lovely bridge. Should be a good day. Gonna have breakfast on the other side and maybe even a hot coffee. Ooh, been drinking cold coffee the whole trip, so that should be lovely. So what did I say? Hot coffee. Is it good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as good as a mix of Blend 43 and Makona can be. It's great. Yeah.
So for lunch today, I am preparing cold-soaked couscous. It's just couscous and smoky seasoning. I think this is part of not doing food drops. You have to take whatever the general stores you come across have. So couscous is good, rehydrates really quickly, lots of energy in it, and the smoky seasonings just make it a bit more palatable. Not the most exciting thing, but we'll put some water in and should be a filling lunch.
Good morning. We're just walking up out of Taylor's Crossing through some nice farmland, through some beautiful blue skies. It's very easy walking for the next little bit, and then we head back up into the high country up to Jonnies Top today, which sounds like it's going to be a little bit of a bush bash.
All very mushy.
Yeah, it's pretty mushy.
Success. No wet boots.
Slowly making our way up from Koyong-Branambra Road. We're just making our way up to Jonnies Top now. I don't know, probably have a little bit left to go, but not all that much. It's been really easy walking up so far on like fire traily looking stuff. Yeah, just nice and easy, quick walking. But I think once we get to the top, it's gonna start looking a bit more like that regrowth, fire regrowth, and a bit more bush bashy. It's maybe 4:15, and we've decided to descend down Jonnies Top. Where's Ali? She's back there. We've decided to descend down and take a gamble at finding a campsite on the side of a knoll or something. Looks pretty dead wood and burnt. This is like one of the major burn areas through here. So we'll see how we go. We get hot dinner tonight, so that's what's keeping us going for the moment. Okay, so we just set up our tent in the bushes just down there, and then we came over here because there was a bad creaking noise, and it's coming out of this burnt tree. So one tree is disconnected down there, it's disconnected, and then this one is like hella burnt and just like slowly cracking. So we're gonna go pack the tent up, it's dark, and then yeah, get going again and walk a little bit further down. Not ideal, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Good morning from somewhere near Corner Creek. It was a nice night. Yeah, very late getting into camp last night, very wrecked. It was a bit of a slog. It was like 8:30 before we got inside the tent, I think. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I think we, at Jonnies Top, we're like, we'll walk for an hour. Looks like there's flat spots on the topo. and we got to them and it was all full of dead trees. So just kept going until we got here.
Jeez.
Bit of nighttime route finding.
Yeah. Alright. Slowly but surely making our way up the one of the spurs of the Mount Misery, I think, is it?
Yeah,
Mount Misery. It's basically a bush bash up this. There is like some kind of track at the top of the hill. We have another probably what, 250, 300 meters left.
Elevation. Yeah.
Elevation. Over a kilometre, so
There's the occasional trail marker.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty tough. It's 4:30, so hopefully we're at the top of the hill before it gets dark.
Hope it's not another late night.
Hope we're not coming in at 8:30 or whatever it is here. Jeez. Almost to the top. Well done. First bush bash of the trip. Nice. Good morning. Welcome to first snow. Well, second snow. But yeah, it's been a nice morning. A bit cold, but yeah, just a bit of snow on the tent as we packed up. Very light, but probably will turn to rain as we descend down. But then we'll be going back up today again. We'll get all the way up to Cowombat Flat. Hopefully, as long as the nav isn't so bad. So we're here at what's this, Limestone Creek? I don't know, we're a bit lost with all the creeks coming around the area.
One of the creeks.
We're at one of the creeks and we found this carcass. Short detour into the Stony Creek quarry. What's this, like a limestone?
This is just like a random cave bit.
What did they say, quartz?
Yeah, but this looks very caustic if you have a look at like the roof, and you can see there's like small decorations, kind of a bit damaged, but here.
Just coming out of Stony Creek, heading up to Cowombat Flat. One little final push of uphill to do before we get up to some high country rolling grounds.
And flat.
And flat. Lots of flat. So we've made our way up to the Cowombat Flat track, and it just so happens that it works out nicely if we camp at the Cowombat Flat campground or campsite, which is at the Murray River, obviously the New South Wales Victoria border, but that's another 15 or so k's from where we are now, which means we're walking into the night.
Yay!
Mainly just walking on this kind of stuff here, so just a full drivey type track thing. It's 4 or 4:15 now, So we'll see you later.
Took my feet out of their boots and they're steamy, quite literally. Got some hot dinner going, exciting hot meal to celebrate crossing into New South Wales in like 100, 200 metres away.
Welcome to the Murray River, or at least the start of it. Yeah, Ali's walking off in the distance down there. Which side are you on?
I'm stuck between states.
Stuck between states.
I get lucky.
Ah,
Wales.
hello from another state. So we're just making our way down to the Tin Mines Hut. It's just been a whole bunch of this. Open grassy fire trail walking. Very quick walking. You don't like it? It's a bit holy. Oh, yes. Yes. You could roll your ankle and slip right through. Coming in to have lunch. Tin Mines Hut Site here. So cool, nice flat open ground. Charge the power banks from, have a explore in the huts, and eat some food. How's it going, Ali?
Good, we've got tea and biscuits,
Yeah.
and we're drying out our wet sleeping stuff for the first time
Oh yeah.
this trip.
Making a good what'd you say, yard sale?
Yeah, yard sale.
Yeah,
Come by, camping equipment.
camping
Come
equipment.
to Tin Mine Huts today only, between 12 and 1.
Yeah. Double strength tea and some biscuits. So we're still walking along, what's this now? Cascade Trail. It's very similar to what we set off on this morning. Fire trail through not much elevation. The sun is slowly setting here. It's about just on 4 o'clock. And yeah, we should make it to the hut site in about an hour. It's a bit hard on the feet. It's alright.
A bit more roady than we thought.
Oh, I mean, it just looks cool.
Spent a cold, frosty night here at Cascade Hut, and we almost always sleep outside the hut, but last night we decided, seeing as our sleeping bags are pretty wet from built-up condensation over the last 17 days, we might sleep inside. And it was pretty cold still, but at least we've got dry sleeping stuff for the main range. Should be good. Had a nice little fire in here. We stocked up a bunch of wood yesterday, but we did use a bit of it in our fire, so I'm going to put the ash in the bucket and dispose of that, and then we're going to head out into the frostiness and try and cut some more wood to restock what we used and add a little extra for winter. So it's quite pretty. Well, we're looking at main range there. Looks a little white.
Just made it into Dead Horse Gap. We're waiting for Ali's dad and her brother to come and give us a few supplies, and then we'll walk down into Thredbo. But for the moment we're making tea. And it's nice in the sun, isn't it?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Toasty.
I ran out of snacks this morning. I had three. Three pods. Yeah, no, but there's it's the shame of getting other people's snacks. I don't want to drop it. Hey, that'd be pretty bad. So it kind of feels a bit like cheating, but with the amount of food we're carrying this time, it's I'm okay with it. We're taking the chairlift up, as you can see in the background down there. We are yeah, chairlifting our way to the top of the hill. They're just chilling, no bars down, no clips on, no nothing. Are you happy, Ali?
Yes, very happy.
Yeah, easy way up. Nice. So we're here on the boardwalk up to Mount Kosci, and what's the pass?
Rawson Pass.
Rawson Pass.
Not yet.
I'm having a big whinge because my pack feels too heavy and I can't use hiking poles on the grate. So I'm just too full and not an afternoon person, I think. But it's some nice views, so we're just delayering and continuing on. It's 4:15. Alright, let's keep going.
So, the reason we're walking so slow is Aiden decided to eat so much food that this whole walk he thinks he's gonna vomit. And so we end up stopping every like 20 meters for him to burp and almost vomit. So we plan to camp past Kosci tonight, but we'll see how far we make it.
Yeah, I'm not having a great time. Also, look how full my pack is. It's like coming out the side. It's just so silly. I don't know what I've done, but it is very large at the moment. And Ali seems to have stayed the same. Hopefully I can reshuffle everything and it will become a bit better. It is nice walking, even though, as Ali was just saying, you don't have to walk from Walhalla to do this walk, that's for sure. Coffee.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, thanks, Carlos. This is nice. So, Mount Kosciuszko is like just up there. We didn't make it very far last night.
No. And we can't camp at Rawson. Well, within 200 metres of Rawson Pass, so we walked 200 metres down the road away from Rawson Pass and camped on the road.
Yeah.
But there's enough snow that we can bury the pegs and set up a tent, so it's okay.
Oh, goodness. Good morning. I'm Sir Faffs a lot this morning. Forgets the inReach. I don't know, loses peg inside tent. What else? Complains about having a heavy pack when it's no heavier than what Ali's carrying yesterday. It's only up from here, I guess. Cool.
I saw them on
Oh, that's a pretty good sunrise.
You guys like some nutritious breakfast?
Oh, I can't say no.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
They're a bit cold.
Bit cold.
Thank you.
Awesome, thank you.
Galbina. And you can see the main range walking track heading off over there. Karratha's Peak.
So we're on Mount Tate. We're gonna head to Whites River Hut. Down that way somewhere. Walk across the rolling grounds across here, and then drop down off the side of that, back onto the what's it, the Valentine? No, Schlink Trail or whatever. Just heading on down to, well, we'll see, but maybe Whites River Hut. It's a bit slower going across the rolling ground than we thought, so we might have to camp at the top of the saddle over here, because apparently it's a bit of a bush bash down, and I probably don't feel like doing that in the dark, but it's been very nice scenery. We just filled up some water from a little lake here, and it's yeah, very nice. So day 21, 20 and a half or so.
Yeah.
Just packed down all our gear out the front of White River Hut. Just filled some firewood up. We got a nice day of fire trail walking,
Yeah.
or trail walking.
We're going to take the alternate up to the Kerries, but after all the post-holing yesterday, we thought we might go on the fire trail. Might be a bit easier on our knees.
Bit easier on the old knees. Nice cold morning this morning. So probably, what is it, just past 6:30? Yeah. The hut is like just down the back there. And keep walking.
So this is new and novel to us, but we've been seeing it the whole trail. It looks like the dirt gets lifted up by these kind of icicles. And you step on it, and it makes a really satisfying crunch noise. So it's kind of cool. It looks like as it freezes, it forms these ice columns and lifts the dirt up.
It's been a very slow morning this morning, even though easy walking. It's 10 o'clock or 20 past 10. We're having tea and biscuits. This is Valentine's Kosciuszko River. Valentine's Hut's just over the hill up that way. And yeah, but we're just enjoying it. It's great.
So this guy, we put our packs down and he just slithered right beside my pack as I was about to lift it up.
He's going quick now. Slither away. Currently just hiking along Valentine's Trail still. No, this is now Grey Mare Trail, I think.
Grey Mare Trail, yeah.
Or it changes soon. The Grey Mare Hut is just up there somewhere. Got a nice river going down the side, and it's been really nice, flat, easy walking. So we've been taking it very relaxed, but it's quite good.
It's actually quite a relaxing, lazy day with a little lying in the sun.
Yeah, very lazy day, but also, I don't know, we've done 15 Ks and it's lunchtime, so the Grey Mare Trail goes along over there and then around Mount Jungle, which is this one up here. So maybe another 7 or 8 Ks to where we want to camp. morning. It's a beautiful morning here at O'Keefe's Hut. Nice sunrise here behind me. Yeah, after yesterday, Ali and I both really pretty pooped for some reason. The 30Ks yesterday felt like a lot, but yeah, it's good. More casual, up and down, kind of slowly downhill walking, and yeah. Good morning.
So as you can see with the icicles on the grass over there, it's a bit of a frosty morning, and Aiden seems to have the brilliant idea of running and jumping. Yeah, that worked better than expected.
Bit frosty, the crossing.
And deep.
And deep. Yeah, just crossed Doubtful Creek down there. We are heading up to the top of those power poles up there. It seems like such a far way. I mean, it's probably only 2 Ks or so, but yeah, it just looks like a long way away. And then we go from there, and then we go walk across this ridge here, up here, and then down the back over there somewhere to...
Yeah, so we're walking along the trail under the power lines, and we come across these power lines. Looks like further up ahead they're a bit lower, but looks like the poles have been fire damaged, and then with some winds they're kind of down.
Good afternoon. We have been walking for what, almost 11 hours, 10 hours or so. Well, that's including breaks, I guess, on stuff looking very similar to this. It's coming up onto sunset. Now all we have to do is find a place to camp. Should be not too hard in these open grassy fields, but we were thinking of going for another half an hour or so. That way we can tick off our 40K day. Hey?
That's good.
Good morning, it's day 23 here on the AAWT. Selwyn Mountain and Ski Resort is just up there, and we got a bit of a frosty, stiff tent this morning. This isn't how it was pitched. It was much more, nice looking, but just as we're taking it down, it's frozen. All the condensation on the inside of the tent is now frozen because we're out of it and we went to the toilet, so now we have to deal with
rolling up a crunchy tent.
yeah. Bit of a foggy morning this morning. Just about to walk into Kiandra. Pretty cold, hey?
Icy, literally.
Oh no, this one looks really deep. This one looks quite deep. Yum. So we've just done a little bit of a food stock take to make sure we've got enough snacks and dinner and lunch and stuff. We just sat down to some soup and biscuits and, well, crackers and cheese to recharge a little bit. And Have some lunch, yeah. Oh, and this is we're inside Witzes Hut. Witzes Hut, I don't know, something like that. So we're back once again into some, I don't know what's this, wooded grasslands. 5 kilometres from the Murrumbidgee River, which we're not sure whether we'll need to take our pants off for or not. But we'll see very shortly, I guess. You keen?
Provided it's light, I'm keen. Not if it's dark.
Yeah, it won't be dark quite yet. Almost stepped on him. See, sunbaking. Tiny little thing. So we've had this trip's one and only shower, right? Crossing the Murrumbidgee River. My shorts are a bit wet. Well, it's a crack pipe shower for me.
Just
you know.
over knee deep for me.
Perfect time to cross the river. Right before dark.
Nice and cold.
But we got some cold beers from a fella that we met crossing another river. So we'll have those with our cheesy rice and couscous. The trail basically just comes off the road here, and then we go, there's a little trail marker up there, and then we just kind of go up there. No track, just over kind of rolling grassy hills. So in true Aidan and Ali fashion, we've picked the one part that in the guidebook says off track, no track, to do in the dark. Just like last week when we walked through that bushfire burn area. This is much easier going though, but still it's dark and we're trying to navigate. Yeah, great fun.
It's a nice warm morning on the Australian Alps walk this morning. It's one of our first mornings where the ground isn't crunchy. It's very novel, but it's a bit more wet, which is less exciting.
Nice open flat countryside. Look at that. Making our way slowly into Canberra. No class 4 here on the Goodradigbee.
Class 4 here.
Oh, what a shame.
I think you'd be scraping a bit and getting caught on rocks and bushes.
But eventually, somewhere downstream, it gets real.
Fun to be had.
Huh?
Somewhere downstream, there's a lot of fun to be had.
Yeah.
So we escaped the rain here on the lovely porch of Oldfields Hut. It's perfect timing. We went up and over the hill and it started pouring with rain just as we got to the hut. It's cleared up now, but it's been nice to get out of it, have a snack, and watch those 2 kangaroos over there. Yay, we're in Canberra. Almost. Crossed this sign. We got here and it's like, oh no! What do we do? But then read the dates and thankfully I think it's May 25th. So 26th. So we're okay by 6 days. Phew.
Doesn't know which bird to pick. you reading?
How to plan our walk. We forgot to read it at the start. It's interesting now.
Some of the advice they have is interesting.
Yeah, it's mainly good advice. Except the gas thing. We've been through one medium-sized gas canister and they recommend one for every 3 to 4 days. But I guess it depends what you eat. We've eaten a lot of cold food.
Yeah, through Victoria we ate a lot of cold food, didn't we? So, I blame the engineers for this one, I think. This is a road crossing, and there's a pipe there. And then the river's just like, no, I don't want to go in the pipe. And just go around the side, and then roaded everything.
A bit higher than I thought.
Yeah. So we're just leaving Honeysuckle picnic area or something at the moment. Spent a good, almost 2 hours there, you reckon, Ellie?
Yeah, probably.
Because it was pouring down with rain. But we seem to have missed most of it, which is pretty nice. And now we're back to blue skies and bit of sunshine. It's a little bit later in the afternoon now, but still pretty nice.
So for our last night's dinner, we thought we'd have cold soaked noodles, and we thought to celebrate we'd have 2 packs instead of 1. I'd just like to show you how full and overflowy it is. We plan to put mash in these as well, but I don't know how much room we're actually going to have, so we'll top it up with some more water, but that is a lot of noodles.
Hot chocolate to celebrate the end.
Biscuits.
Hot chocolate, biscuits, Oreos, Tim Tams, you name it, we carried it, and now we're eating it. Satisfying.
Very satisfying meal.
The last 7 kilometers, that's right, Ali. Took us a while to get out of bed this morning, but we are finally leaving, what's this, Bushfold Flat, or thereabouts, just before? At 10 past 7, so like a whole hour and a half later than we normally leave. But yeah, a bit of fog this morning. Not far to walk to the visitor centre. Bushfold Flat this morning, just over here.
As you can see, we're ending the trip the way we started it, with an abundance of imaginary views in fog, so it's very fitting. And we've got Mount Tennant to our right. We have the Australian Alps walking track meandering around this great mountain, and yeah, glorious sunshine.
Glorious sunshine. We came slightly out of the clouds and now we've got an okay view. Yeah. Look at that. Canberra. Not all of them, because there was so the last one started here.
Cypress Point Lookout was 4.5 kilometres. No,
they overestimate.
They always overestimate.
Because I looked at my watch and
it seemed like a long way when we started.
Because
we looked
at
at the
one
sign
point
here.
we were here and it's like, you are here, and we're like, are you serious? Like,
Yeah.
Well, that's when I started sending you weather, was at Baba.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was really useful.
And then I realised when I was sending weather, I should actually tell you where I got the weather from.
Yeah.
Because then you
the temperature, we just accepted that it'd be cold.
Oh, okay. But, and wind, there wasn't particular, I only said
The no wind through Cosy was actually really good to know.
Yeah.
You knew that where you could set up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. I think
Oh, is this the last one?
Wow, look, I finished the walk. Should we get a photo? I'll take both of you.
I got it here.
You don't want to be in the photo?
I'll be in the photo. Here.
Okay.
Just like with
Aiden, it's saying no take.
Yeah, because it's filming already.
Oh, okay. You guys look so cute.
What are these?
Gum.
Oh, I don't think that's gonna help. I mean, my BO smell masks my bad breath.